very similar situation in terms of wickets lost on Cricbuzz Comm box. If you compare where Bangalore were and where Delhi are in this run chase, how it will impact that with not too much dew playing a part, we shall discuss in a moment's time. But let's just remind you where things stand right now. And once again, when you talk about the magnitude of the wickets, they're big wickets that have fallen. Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan have been going well in this tournament. And that, I think, is going to be the biggest blow as far as Delhi are concerned. Throw in a small name by the name of Steve Smith, who really didn't get going once again. And you have 3 very decent wickets taken by Bangalore. Purely in terms of runs, where we stand, let me get Pommie Mbangwa into it. Pommie, just moments ago off air, we were discussing that with Hetmeyer to come, with Akshar Patel to come, they're not out of it yet, but they are slightly behind the 8 ball.
Well, not behind the 8 ball. I mean, if you're behind the 8 ball, you can't play a shot, right? You're in big trouble if you're behind. I think that there's going to be a partnership at some point. There's going to be a partnership from somebody. And also you've got to accept that sometimes there are going to be wickets up front. I don't think 3 wickets is ideal for the chasing side, for this particular chasing side being Delhi. It means that the game is in the balance. That's where I'd put it. I'd say they need to take another wicket for it to shift in their favor, because as far as the rate of scoring is concerned, I think they're going okay. And as they are going, they haven't really got going as yet. Whether they do get going or don't get going, well, we'll have to wait and see. And RCB would not like that. But if they do and kick on just a little bit, it's going to be rather tough for RCB to stop Rishabh Pant or Marcus Stoinis. And if you have Akshar Patel to come and Shimron Hetmeyer, it may well be enough.
That it certainly will be. One of the reasons I suspect Pommie is talking about the body blows is because it's just been the nature of this side. Different sides approach it differently. And so far in the tournament, Shikhar Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, they've been giving them starts. Even if one goes, the other's still there for a little bit longer. So as you said, that number 3, if it was 2 wickets and one of those 2 was still around, completely different ball game.
100%. That's exactly it. Because think about the way that either of those batsmen play. They're aggressive. Shikhar Dhawan has elevated himself and shifted to another gear and level in terms of his 2020 batting. He's now more aggressive. I mean, you could rely on him to get, 400 runs, 500 runs, 600 runs in a season, depending on how he's going. And you just bank those runs. But sometimes you might question across the season if he had been impactful enough, where you might take some scores away and have him get nothing in those games rather than go at a strike rate of only 120 at the top of the order. This time around, you're happy with all his runs because he's striking at a really good strike rate. And if he bats for any length of time, he's getting those runs very quickly and winning you the game generally. So, and Prithvi Shaw, I don't have to speak about Prithvi Shaw and the way he scores quickly anyway. So yeah, it would be different if one of those was still in. It would be different if one of those 2 had batted for that bit longer. It means what we'd call a rebuild session for Delhi, which sometimes you can't afford if the total is quite high. This time around, 170-ish is okay. I think it's okay. They can still get themselves out of it. They can still get back on track. RCB bowled well up front, though. And if you have bowlers who are going for 3 and 4 and, and 6, as is the case there, you're struggling as a batting side. As long as you don't get out to them, then you can perhaps make up for it and change gears, so to speak.
Just to wrap up with one reference to one of the bowlers we spoke about at the halfway point, Mohammad Siraj, maybe not quite his best when he was bowling to Prithvi Shaw, gave him a couple of freebies, but the ball that got rid of Steve Smith. I mean, the other 2 wickets, maybe Shikhar Dhawan might have just cleared that on another day. Prithvi Shaw chased one from Harshal Patel, but the one from Siraj to Steve Smith, ball of the day for you?
Yeah, you'd get that ball in a test match, you get that ball in a One-day game, same result, I think. It's a top nut, pitch middle, and jag away and bring the batsman forward. That's the dream ball. That's what you're trying to produce just about every time. Maybe not so much pitch middle and off, I'll say, because it was on the right side. Middle is a ball of the century sort of thing stuff. But yeah, it was a brilliant delivery, and not a whole lot Smith could do about it, particularly when you're thinking positive and trying to attack, and one is in that area and moves that little bit. So yeah, top work. And even though he was a little expensive and he did give away some, what you're looking for from him up at the front is that he gets a wicket, particularly against this Delhi side. So job done.
Job done from Mohammad Siraj. In one word, Pommie, to finish up Cricbuzz Comm Box at the moment, red or blue?
Oh, I will go with purple, because if you mix those two, you get purple. Anyhow, no. At the moment, I think that I'd rather be in the batting side.
All right, fair enough. So Pommie is going blue. I'm going to just defer with him for the moment and say just that one wicket here and there, and red will be in with a shout. So it's red versus blue. We'll find out who emerges the winner at the end. This is Cricbuzz Comm Box.